All right, hello boys. Let me know if the audio is a little messed up or not. If the where's my webcam? There it is. Let me know if the music's too loud or not. I think it's at the same volume it was it last time, so it should be okay. I also think that my webcam should look good this time. It was a little bit blurry last time. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I think we're all right this time. So for those of you that did not listen to anything I said all day today, I don't know why you did that. Today we are going to be ranking every single BBR team. We're going to go through, say what I like, say what I don't like, and then I guess at the end we're gonna do a little power rankings by me, and then after that we are gonna do a Jjdl transactions walkthrough. So audio is fine, that is good to know. So let's see if does the webcam look better? Oh yeah, the webcam looks so much better than last time. Nobody else can probably tell on this entire planet except me, but while you're here, by the way, if you have not already left a like, it looks like we have 11 viewers and only 5 likes. It's absolutely free to leave a like and help support the stream. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with the first pick and we're going to go to the last one, and I am not going to rank my team. Yo, thank you so much, David, for the subscription. I really appreciate it, man. I'm not going to rank my team because my team is very obviously the best team in the league, and there's not even a team that comes close to it. So my team is like a tier SS++. Like it's just in a tier above its own, right? Tier in its own, excuse me. So the first team we're going to talk about Jay Ricky's. Make sure you guys can see it there. Yeah. So Jay Ricky's team, he's got Iron Valiant, Heatran, Hydreigon, because he was generous enough to donate us Zapdos, which everybody's complaining about me drafting Zapdos on Sun. It's okay, I promise. We don't need Hurricane every matchup. We're fine. He's Slowbro, Clodsire, Rillaboom, Kilowattrel, Tyranitar, Tauros, Paldea, Fire, Non, and last respects, Houndstone, and Vigoroth, who I love Vigoroth. So this team, a lot of these teams are actually my first time really looking at them because I haven't really looked at them in too much detail. Other than my week 1 matchup. So Iron Valiant plus Heatran is a tried and true combo. It's a very good core, and then you add Hydreigon on top of that with the Terra. That's fantastic. Someone pinged me when he's about to talk about the best team. Nobody talk about that. Hey, Emil. So Iron Valiant Heatran Hydreigon is obviously just a very good Fairy Steel Dragon Core. You get a lot of things out of that. You get 2 Stealth Rockers, you get some momentum into both Heatran and Iron Valiant. Both Pokemon, or all 3 Pokemon are just very, very good. And then you have Slowbro's defensive backbone, which is fantastic. I like Clodsire, I like Rillaboom, Kilowattrel is nice. I don't know if I like the random Tyranitar, especially when there are a bunch of other dark types in this format, but I guess at this point you didn't really need your points that you had. You had a lot of extra points, so I don't necessarily like it, but I don't necessarily hate it either. I'm actually curious, was there any other maybe normal type he could have upgraded Vigoroth to? Let's see here, and you guys can't see anything sneaky here. I've only let the draft board and the rosters on here. No funny business. So the Dunsparce is gone. I guess there are like 0 normal types, huh? I mean, Chansey's there, but Chansey's kind of ass. Could have got a Alolan Persian, I guess, to function as a Ghost Resist. I don't know. I don't necessarily love Tyranitar, but I don't think he had the points for much else either. He did get the best Rocker in Hydreigon. I do like his Terra types too. I think Poison is probably the best Terra type on Hydreigon in my opinion. And then I do like Dragon. I think Dragon is going to be crazy in some matchups, especially with the lack of fairies. Kilowattrel provides a nice speed tier above Iron Valiant, which is very hard to come by, and also some more good momentum. He's got his grounded poison, he's got his ground type, he's got his water type. What is he missing, man? I don't really think he's missing a whole lot. He's got good defensive backbone. I mean, just looking at a first glance of this team, I think his team is solid. I would say, I don't know, 8 out of 10. Why is there a Tyranitar? Tyranitar just seems so out of place. It has to just be because he had the points. Is there any other high T? I didn't even realize he already had a dark type on Hydreigon too. So like he could have got Crook. And I think Crook maybe fit better. No, you have Rillaboom. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't like the random Tyranitar. I'm a big fan. Just watch your draft analysis. Jjdl, we were just talking about your team. Why do you have Tyranitar on your team, man? I'm very curious. Other than that, I love your team, by the way. But next up, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We'll go back whenever he gives us an answer. We're gonna talk about Dr. Slocking and his team. So I love Ursaluna. I think Ursaluna is awesome. I do not love round 1 Ursaluna. I think that is very silly, and I think it is not a round 1 Pokemon. But Slowking plus Hoopa Unbound, I'm a big fan of Hoopa Unbound. Everybody knows that. He's actually the 2 Terra types I've brought so far in WPF, by the way. Talking like T-Tar is worse than a Alolan Persian. Hey man, I love Tyranitar and I hate Alolan Persian, but that is a 14-point Tyranitar when it doesn't really benefit anything on the team. I guess Houndstone, but like is non-last respect Houndstone. So Anyway, so we're talking about Dr. Slacking now. Ursaluna, I don't think is a round 1 Pokemon. I do like Slowking plus Hoopa Unbound. I think Arcanine plus Gengar are very good breakers. This team is a lot of very good middle of the pack Pokemon with no real number 1 option. I think Ursaluna, maybe if you Terra'd it could have been considered a number 1 option, but with the lack of Terra, and I'm not faulting Terra Hoopa by any means, but with the lack of Terra on Ursaluna, this team does lack the immediate number 1 option, but it does have pretty much everything you want. It has immediate breaking power. It has I guess setup sweepers with Mimikyu and Gengar, and you will see the lack of fairies here in Mimikyu being his fairy type, with probably the only fairy left at this point in the draft, man. I don't know, his team's a little underwhelming, but I don't think it's bad by any means. I give it a 6 out of 10. I think it's pretty good. It does what you want it to do, I guess. Realistically, it's because I had the points, and that was the most... Okay, so that's what I thought. Ursaluna is not a round 1 Pokemon, not even close. People that say that are insane. I understand there's a lot of hype around it right now, and yeah, it's awesome in VGC. I know it's tearing up VGC, and in OU, it's fantastic too, but this Pokemon in Draft League is just so much more preppable, man. I don't think people realize that. I did a lot of post-home leagues before home actually came out because we had the leaked list or whatever, and Ursaluna is just a little underwhelming for a first-round Pokemon, especially no Terra. If there was Terra, maybe we'd have a different conversation, but with no Terra, it's just not a round 1 Pokemon. It just isn't. You cannot tell me that it is better than... I do think it is the worst Pokemon in this point range because Volcarona has Terra allowed. I think it is the worst Pokemon in this point range. Maybe arguable Iron Treads, but I think Iron Treads is very overpriced, so I don't know. It's not even close, I think. It's not even close comparatively. So I give his team a 6 out of 10. I think it's good. I think he's going to get wins. I do think it's just a little underwhelming at the top half, but he does have just so many good middle of the pack Pokemon. I don't know why I highlighted Staraptor like that. And also Fortress kind of blows. But anyway, we're going to go to Mountain now. Another case of, I don't love the round 1 pick, but I understand why they took it. This was before the Transistor nerf, so Mountaigne got kind of boned by Transistor going to 1.3 instead of 1.5 times, but I think he kind of recovered just fine with his draft. I do think it's a little underwhelming, same as Dr. Slacking. It's got Regieleki, Urshifu, Rapid, Zoro, Hisui, Iron Leaves, Moltres, Tinkaton, Braviary, Hisui, Regidrago, Dugtrio, Morgrem, and Venomoth. I don't think his team's bad by any means. I think it's in the same boat as Dr. Slacking. It's good, not great. If Regieleki was free Terra, we'd have a different conversation again, but I don't... It has what you want. It has breakers. It has good speed tiers, 97 to 110 with Urshifu to Zoroark, I guess 104 with Iron Leaves, and then 90 with Moltres. It has decent rockers, I guess, Tinkaton and Dugtrio. It has no removal, which is very crucial. Regieleki, but you're not really going to want to run Rapid Spin on that Pokemon. It's a fine team. I do think it's slightly worse than Dr. Slacking. I give it a 5.9. I think it's just fine. The coldest take I've ever heard. Well, you've been watching too many random league draft games, because Ursaluna is a noob killer for sure, but it's not the craziest. So I give Steam 5.9 out of 10. I think it's slightly worse than Slacking's. Again, I don't think it's bad, but I do think it leaves a little to be desired. So Nate's team, and I do want to say, with all respect to Nate, he did not draft this team, so anything I say about this doesn't really directly go to Nate. It goes more to Jjdl, and I actually like this team quite a bit. It's Great Tusk, Pelipper, Kingambit, Gardevoir, Noivern, Bascu Legion, Electrode, Hisui, Dreadnought, Overqwil, Torn Eye, and Farigiraf. Hello, Jesse. How are you doing? So I don't think this team's bad. I don't think it's amazing, but I do think it's an interesting take on rain in a generation where rain is not the best weather for the first time in a while. It has Great Tusk, which is cool, and it has Pelipper and Kingambit. Pelipper can obviously break grasses that Great Tusk doesn't like. Kingambit's really cool under rain. I don't know about the Terra options. I never know about the Terra options on Kingambit, if that's right or wrong. I guess it just depends on matchup. Have the Gardevoir as a fairy. Noivern's really cool in rain. It gives you a speed tier, helps break grasses, good momentum. I like Bascu Legion under rain, although I probably would prefer to take the physical one. And we have 4 points left over, so I don't see why we don't. Electrode Hisui is really cool. Dreadnought's a good rain sweeper. Overqwil is cool. Tornadus is cool. Farigiraf is cool. This is about the best rain team that you could probably ask for in this generation. I mean, what else could we get instead of Great Tusk, right? We had, what, the 4th overall pick, and there was, I mean, Palafin, I guess. Palafin's right there. So there were some other options. I don't think this team's bad by any means. I would give it another 6 out of 10. I think it's good. It fills the roles that it needs. It has a fairy, it has a grounded poison, it has a ground type, it has a spinner, it has, I think Pelipper kept defog, it has momentum, breakers, No real setup sweepers besides Jjdl, though, I suppose, or Torn Eye potentially. It's fine. This team is fine. 6 out of 10, I guess. Again, I'm gonna give a lot of 6s here. I thought Jbear was here. Hello, Pobert Randa. How are you doing? The next team we're going to talk about, we're going to go ahead and talk about Drewby and the New York Marauders, who, by the way, very excited to have him in the league. He's somebody that I used to watch all the time with the Long Island, Rhode Island, Reggie Rockies. I don't remember. One of the two, but I used to watch him all the time back in the GBA days. So, Palafin, Lilligant, Hisui, Ironmoth, Amoonguss, Garganacl, Slowbro, Galar, Mousehold, Dragonite, Frostlass, Arboliva, and Berserker. So, I am not the biggest fan of this team, and I'm not going to be super critical because I know Drewby hasn't played Draft League in literally like 5 or 6 years, so I'm not going to be super critical. I'm not going to be mean or anything, but I do have a couple questions about a couple different things. I'm very curious as to why there are 3 poison types on the team. I don't think Slowbro is needed on this team by any means, and I think Amoonguss doubles up 2 types that aren't really necessary. I understand the Ironmoth is Terra, but you could probably put the 11 points somewhere else, or you could have at least. I guess there's not really a whole lot left on the board. At this point, at least, there's no steel type because Berserker does not count, and there's no fairy type unless you Terra Ironmoth, which maybe isn't that bad because it's got good special defense, but maybe you're relying on it a little too specially at that point. And I really am a fan of Ironmoth being either water, fairy, or fire. I guess grass. I think those 4 are its best typing, so I think he's got 2 of the best 4. I would have loved to see grass fire, grass water. I don't think fairy was needed. I think that there could have been points put elsewhere, like Amoonguss, to get a better fairy early on. And yes, D-Knight is Terra banned. I just saw your message. D-Knight is Terra banned. So I don't know, this team, it just leaves a little to be desired. Like, Palafin's really, really good. Lilligant and Hisui's obviously good. Ironmoth's really good. I just don't like the glue pieces that followed those 3 Pokemon. I think those 3 are really cool in conjunction with one another, but I think they're gonna have hard times. They're gonna have, can I talk? They're gonna have hard times finding opportunities to set up to win the game, to get into good positions, because there's a lot of momentum suckers on this team, like Amoonguss and Garganacl and even Slowbro. So go over my team, John. We're going over your team. We're going in order. So actually, I lied. We're not going in order. I don't really want to talk about this dude's team. So Drewby's team, I would give like a 5 out of 10. Like, it's got good Pokemon, but it also has Pokemon that I don't necessarily understand why they're on the team in favor of other Pokemon. And also fairy types are gonna just ruin this man's day. Maybe that's why he has 3 poison types, I guess, actually looking at it. So I give it like a 5, a generous 5. So we're going to talk about Owen's team next, and Owen thinks that he did my team from last season better. And I'd be lying to you if I said anything other than the fact that he did. He just simply did Chi-Impao, Glimmora, Corviknight, and also Enamorus with Terra and Slitherwing. So his team has benefits and has downsides compared to my team from last time. Obviously, Corviknight with Defog isn't something that you necessarily want to do when you have Glimmora, but having the option is really, really nice. Enamorus is obviously really good. I think we underpriced that Pokemon just a little bit. I'm actually really big on Enamorus now. Fairy and Ground are the correct typings on that. He does not have Terra Chi-Impao this season, which might play a little bit of a factor in his team being a little worse than mine, obviously. I don't think he's going to make finals by any means. His top 5 Pokemon are really good, man. Like, there's nothing else you can say about it. Slitherwing's really, really cool next to Chi-Impao, and then you have one of the best fairy resists in the game, Corviknight plus Glimmora, and obviously Chi-Impao and Enamorus both love Hazard Stacks. So those 5 Pokemon are fantastic. I hate Alomomola. I think that mon blows, but I understand the function here. It's a good bulky water when there are no bulky waters, and it has Baton Pass to give momentum into things like Corviknight with the Baton Pass, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that thought. Mudsdale's a ground's not bad. I don't know why we picked Goodra. I guess Goodra plus Alomomola does work. It is pretty cool. Rotomo's really cool. And then I think he just wanted to try Hisui and Typhlosion. His team sucks. 3 out of 10 moving on. So next Pokemon, our next team is going to be Kylie. We're going to see Terrapax, Caliber, Skeledirge, Cleavor, Meloetta, Breloom, Dashbun, Goodra, Hisui, Quillfish, Hisui, Electros, Gastrodon, and Howlucha. So his team, in my mind, Baxcalibur wasn't a bad first round pick. I think maybe we're still underrating Baxcalibur. It's still a very good Pokemon. Maybe not in 2-type Terra. It's really good, but I don't know why. And again, in all fairness, Kyle, much like Drewby, hasn't done draft in a very long time, right? So I'm not going to be very critical of it or super hyper critical of it. Chi-Impao, that's not funny, Jbear. It's Chi-Impao, and he's very nice, and Owen's gonna get a lot of thumbnail clicks from that Pokemon. So in all fairness to Kyle, I'm not going to be super hypercritical of his team. He hasn't done draft in forever. So Baxcalibur is a good starting point. I do not necessarily agree. I don't agree with round 2 Skeledirge with no Terra. I think that's a little silly, and especially at 13 points, I think it's a little bit of an overpay. We only put it there because of the Terra tax points to make it more expensive with the Terra tax. So I do think it's a little silly. I like Cleavor. Cleavor's really cool. Momentum with the Baxcalibur is cool. You do double up on a speed tier, essentially 87 to 85, but you get guaranteed rocks, which is really cool. I'm not the biggest fan of Meloetta round 4. I know there's not very many good normals, but I'm sure he just wanted to try the Pokemon. Breloom, I guess you break darks. I'm not sure the function of Breloom in comparative to the first 4 Pokemon. Dachshund round 6 as a fairy was very early. I don't remember how quickly the fairies were going, but that is extremely early for Dachshund. Gudra Hisui is really cool. I'm actually excited to see him try it. Quillfish Hisui, again, pretty cool. So actually, after seeing those 2 Pokemon, there is a glaring weakness of this team that I now want to discuss, which is the lack of fairy type switch-ins. It is quite simply Skeledirge, and that is it. Gudra and Quillfish do not. Actually, Owen would 6-0 this team with the Terra Ground and Amorous. Owen would literally 6-0 this team with Terra Ground and Amorous. Good lord. Electros is here. Gastron is there for the bulky water as well as the ground type. Then Halucha is there for the speed tier, I can only assume. So let's see. I'm trying to see the speed tiers too. We have Bax 87. There's a big jump from Baxcalibur because nobody's respecting max speed Dachshund. From Meloetta, actually, from 90 to Halucha. So there's a little bit of speed gap there. And again, it's just the fairy thing. The fairy thing is going to be really, really tough here. Really tough here. When is the Terra preview? Wait. There's something in the way. When is the Terra preview Wi-Fi league being made? I don't know, man. Shut up, Jbro. I can't stand this guy. I don't know. His team, I think his team is very similar in feel to Drewby, where it feels like Baxcalibur's awesome, but a lot of the Pokemon I don't necessarily understand why they were picked. And especially with points left over, I understand we had a lot of points, but especially with points left over, I think there's a lot of roles that are not filled here. And I'm trying to see. So I know Cleavor is a reliable rocker. Oh, Gastrodon. Okay. I mean, he does have reliable rocks. I'd give it a 4.9 like Drewby. I'd say they're pretty similar tiered. Or did I say a generous 5 for Drewby? We'll say a generous 5 here as well, I guess. And then we'll go ahead and let me move this over for you guys so we can see the last team on the top row. Oh, that's not right. Where's this at? That's not right. Hold on. That's not right. Is it this? Nope, that's not right either. I'm a professional YouTuber, guys. I make money off this. Here we go. Yay! Yay! Okay. His team doesn't appreciate ground types either. That's another very good point. Breloom is the only ground resist in Electros and Halucha, but neither of those Pokemon really enjoy it. Great Tusk would have a field day with his team. You are very correct in pointing that out. So the last team on the top row that we're going to talk about, pick 8, is going to be Jack and the Vancouver Titans. We're gonna have Lanad, everybody's favorite Lanad, Roaring Moon, Cinderace, Mew, Toxapex, Serena, Hatterene, Tauros Paldea Water, Avalok, Hisui, Magneton, and Wo-Chien. So, by the way, this team right here is actually why I took Torkoal round 4, because I felt like I got convinced that he was going to take Torkoal, but then he got back on. He said he probably wasn't going to. So I had no reason to take Torkoal round 4. But looking at his top 3 Pokemon are insanely scary and work in conjunction pretty well with one another. I don't love the choice of the poison type being Toxapex and the steel type being Magneton. I think when you have something like Roaring Moon, you probably want a little bit better resist for that. But Cinderace plus Landorus is fantastic, obviously. Cinderace and Lando both have a lot of momentum. Roaring Moon has momentum too. But Cinderace breaks the grasses for Lando. Lando breaks, I don't know, rocks for Cinderace. I don't know, man. And then Roaring Moon with Terra Steel is going to be able to take advantage of fairies that it otherwise would not be able to. So that's really cool. I am curious to see how Mew functions on this team. I get it's a fighting resist, and I understand that. And I don't think it's a bad pick, but I'm curious to see how it does with all of the nerfs now. So, Screamtail jump scare. Toxapex, I really disagree with pick 5 Toxapex. I think Toxapex is ass. There's no other way to put it. That mon is dog in draft, and probably, in my opinion, should be a little bit lower points wise. Serena for the spin is nice. Hatterene as a fairy is nice. Tauros Paldea Water as a secondary bulky water, I can only assume. Avalok, Hisui, I guess, for another rapid spinner. Guys, I cannot have Toxapex fans in my chat. We gotta change up real quick. I cannot have Toxapex fans in my chat. Gen 8 Toxapex, I'm here for, man. Gen 9 Toxapex, no sir. Avalok Hisui, I can only assume he's here for Rapid Spin. Magneton's obviously going to be that steel type. And then Wochian is here for... What a great question. I guess to be a dark type once Roaring Moon goes down is all I can guess, or that he just had 9 points left over and didn't have anything else to spend it on. What else was there? Flamigo, does he have a fighting type? He does. Meowth. He could have taken Meowth. Duh. So I don't know. This seems really good. The top half, the top four are going to be really, really good in conjunction with one another. Toxapex, yes, it's a fairy resist, but that mom is Jjdl. Serena, he's got spin. He's a little weak as far as hazards go. I did not skip Owen. Don't be mean. Dislike button click. Shut up, J-Bear. I almost brought Toxapex to spite you. That would have been really, really funny. Choice Band Merciless. Let's chill out. Everybody, let's chill out with all the Toxapex love. Oh, and I'm gonna need you to get control of the chat. Everybody's saying how much they love Toxapex right now. So I like the first three I like the first three Pokemon a lot, but there is a lack of hazards. Hazard control, I guess, is fine with Serena, Avalok, and Magic Bounce Hatterene. I'm trying to... Does Avalok get rocks? I'm not sure. Because if not, then it's Mew and Landorus. And maybe Mew is just here to be hazard bot. That might be it. I think his team, it's definitely better than some of the others we went over. It's a 7 out of 10. It's better than... It's probably my favorite on the first row other than Jay Ricky. Because I hate this guy, so I'm not going to talk about him. So I think it's pretty good. I think it's like a 7. And then we'll go ahead and go down here. I gotta find this again, man. No. Where? Here we go. Okay. I know Keegan's here, so I'm gonna be super critical. 9-point Meowth. So it was a meme. I think there was a dock error one time, and we just kept Meowth there. It's been since like Gen 7. So Keegan, his team is gonna be pick 9 Dragapult, which is unfortunate because I asked him very nicely and politely if he would let me have it at pick 10, and he said no. So Dragapult, Terra Corona, Iron Hands, Diancie, Vaporeon, Iron Jugs, Uxie, Low Kicks, Cryogonal, Palisand, and Tauros. So I mean, his team's just really, really good, guys. Obviously, Dragapult plus Volcarona, there's not a lot to shy away from there. Iron Hands is really cool. I've never seen it used to good success, but I think with this team, it definitely, I see the function. It breaks, you know, waters and steals, I guess. Waters primarily. Diancie, round 4, might be a little bit of a reach in other drafts, but in Paldea decks, or post home, I guess, not necessarily a reach because of how few fairies there are, and it brings a lot to the table. It gives them a reliable rocker. I think Vaporeon is dog shit. That Pokemon sucks this generation, but it gives him a Wish Passer into Diancie and Iron Hands, which I think is very nice. Iron Jugu is here for a ground resist, which otherwise he does struggle with, obviously, and gives him a good speed tier as well as momentum. Don't say that, well, don't repeat that. Uxie, another reliable rocker, ground resist. Low kicks, we have, let's see. I don't necessarily understand low kicks on the team, maybe? I'm trying to just find things to pick apart because this is obviously a very good team, so I'm trying to find anything to pick apart. Low kicks, I guess, is here for momentum to lure in the fairies, to do more damage to the fairies for Dragapult with Tintinlin's U-turn, I assume. Cryogonal is here because it's a decent low tier spinner. It's actually not that bad. Palisand is here as a spin blocker as well as a ground type, and then Tauros is here as a decent normal type. There's not really many holes with this team. This team's pretty good. I can try to sit here and nitpick all day, but I think it's a really good team. It's really solid. The only thing I don't like about this team is there's no steel type, and I'm just noticing that. I think other than that, this team's really good. Steals are obviously very hard to come by in post-home Paldea decks. It's one of the better teams we've seen so far, but no steel definitely sucks. But Volcarona should be able to mitigate most fairies. Iron Hands team must be good. It is pretty good. I will not lie. You know what? Actually, while we're here, guys, we passed the halfway point. If you guys have not already, we have 22 viewers here and only 12 likes. It's absolutely free. Helps the channel out a ton and helps push out the draft stream. So if you're enjoying it, man, why not leave a like? If you're still here, it would really help me out, and I would really appreciate it. Let's try to get it to at least 15, man. At least 3 of you guys. But yeah, his team's good. It's lacking a steel type, which, I mean, I can't really fault him for it because steals are so hard to come by this draft. My team's the best in the league, 10 out of 10. Oh, Keegan's 7 out of 10 probably. Maybe 8 out of 10. It's difficult to rate it that highly with no steel, but it is very good. It is very good. And obviously Volcarona mitigates a lot of fairies in this deck. So I don't know, we'll say 8 out of 10 then, I guess. My team's 10 out of 10, perfect, nothing wrong with it at all. It's beautiful. Amo actually drafted a real team, guys. We have Amo using almost all of his points, and his only gimmick this time was drafting all of the Galarian birds, which he didn't initially set out to do, but we all peer pressured him into doing it. 6-0 to T-Spikes. Was there no grounded poison either? That's a good point. No grounded poison or no steel type. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 then. Good call out, Amo. I did not see that. Good call out for sure. Did I go over your trades yet? No, we're doing BBR first, and then we are going to talk about the Jjdl trades after that. So, talking about Amo's team, Amo used all his points again. Congratulations to him. I think Spectre plus Ting Lu is an insane combo. I think those two Pokemon in conjunction with one another are fantastic. Spectre is a Pokemon that loves hazards. Ting Lu can certainly get those hazards up. Screamtail is really cool with this pair as well. We have one of the most reliable Wish Passers in the game this generation, as well as a nice bulky fairy round 3. Zapdos is really cool. Momentum into Spectre, and a good fighting type is always needed alongside Spectre, and he got a really, really good fighting type. Zapdos is fantastic. I'm a big fan of it. Volcanion, Bulky Water, not necessarily the best, but in this generation, you can probably get away with it with a lot of things, losing Toxic. I'm actually curious to see how that works. And then Moltres Galar is really cool. It's actually his Terra, Steel, and Poison. I've never seen Terra Moltres Galar. I know in theory it's really good. I don't know if these are the correct types, is what I'm saying. I assume they're pretty good, though, because Amo's a pretty smart guy. Glastrier, I didn't even realize you got double horse, Amo. I can't believe you, man. Cyclizar is here for the rapid spin as well as the speed gap in between Zapdos and Spectre. Screamtail and Spectre, my bad. Then we have Ampharos, who sucks, Sawsbuck, who sucks, and then Articuno Gallery here for the memes. So, I mean, if we look at these Pokemon minus Glastrier, Amo seems really fantastic. There's not a whole lot to complain about. I guess he doesn't have a grounded poison either. Amo, you also get 6-0 by T-Spikes. My man's in the chat talking about how Keegan got 6-0 by T-Spikes. This man also doesn't have a grounded poison. Yo, thank you so much, Trey, for the $2, man. I really, really appreciate that. Road to 1 million. Let's get to 2,000 before we talk about 1 million, man. Let's get to 2,000 first. I would have loved Toxtricity. I would have taken Toxtricity over Ampharos. Grounded Poison, Moltres Galar. I guess, man. It's gonna be hard to get it off though. No Grounded Poison definitely sucks. Where's his Steel type? No Steel type either. This is just like the common theme in this stuff though, man. Again, thank you so much, Trey, for the $2, man. I really, really appreciate it. Moltres is the poison type. What do you mean, Amo? I know you're sitting there cackling in your chair, man. If you got Calyrex, he would have had the whole Crown Tundra squad. Just run 6 boots. What is a grounded poison? I mean, your team's more than capable of it, Keegan, right? I mean, you got Jugu, Volcarona, like you're more than capable of it, I suppose. But back to Amo's team. Again, no grounded poison, no steel type. He does have a good fairy in Screamtail, and he has really good 3-man combo here, 3-mon combo in Spectre, Ting Lu, and Zapdos. These Pokemon are awesome. I know Amo's gonna go crazy with the Moltres Galar, and I face him week 2, and I'm not fucking looking forward to it, man. I'll keep it a stack. I wish that he dropped Sawsbuck for literally any other Pokemon. Let me see if Toxtricity was left. But Amo, what the fuck? Amo, you have 9 points left, and you have Ampharos. Pick up Toxtricity, man. What are you doing? I gotta see what you say to this, man. What are you doing? Scizor is a poison type. Amo does not have Scizor. Who has Scizor? Calyrex would have been sick. Drop Saws for Calyrex. Why do you think I made Moltres the Terra type? Amo, pick up Toxtricity. You make me upset. 7 out of 10, good team. Amo's a fantastic player. He's gonna do good with it. No, he refuses to elaborate further. Classic Amo, no. Okay. D-Ray, we're gonna talk about D-Ray's team now. Toxic thing, great here. Amo, is Ampharos great here? Amo, you're so goofy, man. I love you, Amo. D-Ray's team: Sneasler, Iron Treads, Sylveon, Hisuian Samurott, Thundy T, Dudunsparce, Decidueye, Talonflame, Haxorus, and Espeon. So Sneasler's cool. I don't know if I agree with it round 1 with no Terra, but Sneasler plus Iron Chest is a really cool combo. You're never gonna have to worry about fairy types, and then you got a good fairy of your own in Sylveon, and you got the second best rapid spinner in the game. Second best way to remove in the game, probably maybe third to Corviknight, debatable depending on what kind of team you have, I guess. But paired with Hisuian Samurott, I really like Iron Treads a whole lot. And then Thundy T with the Terra is actually really good. D-Ray, you drafted a good team. What's wrong with this team? The Dunsparce. I'm waiting to see what's wrong with this team. The Decidueye, Talonflame, Haxorus, Espeon. What's wrong with this team? Nothing. What am I missing? Guys, what am I missing? No Grounded Poison? No, Sneasler. What am I missing? Amo is not going to 6-0 somebody with Ampharos. I'm sorry to get your hopes up, man. Or so shoot your hopes down. We have 18 likes, by the way. Shout out to you guys. I didn't ever check after I said let's get 15. Something's got to be wrong with this team. Or is D-Ray just good at drafting all of a sudden? This team looks pretty good. This looks like it doesn't have like a scary #1 Pokemon, but it has like Sneasler, Iron Treads, and Thundee T with Terra, which can all debatably be the second best Pokemon on any given team. And then Hisuian Samurai, which we severely underpriced, by the way, is a really good Pokemon next to Treads. Great team from D-Ray. D-Ray, that is what I missed. You're right, D-Ray. So if we take D-Ray out of the equation, this team's fantastic. This team might be this is at least one of the better teams. I would say this is top 3 team we've seen so far, to be honest, in my opinion. Just the lack, it pains me to say that because I'm a big advocate of take best on board, and when you don't do that round 1, your team's gonna suffer. But this team, there's just like nothing inherently wrong with it. It's a really, solid speed tiers, looks pretty good. Everybody's saying pretty good. Good job, D-Ray. This might be one of the best teams you've drafted, man. I won't lie. I'm actually really excited to hopefully see D-Ray get a winning season. That would be awesome. That would be awesome, man. I love D-Ray so much. It looks like a great team. It really does. This is one of the best. I give it like an 8.5 out of 10, which I think is the second highest rating so far, maybe. I think it's like this team, Owen's team, unfortunately, and J. Ricky's team are my favorite teams so far. I think these teams are fantastic. I do think it doesn't have great Fizz depth and may rely too much on Treads or Jjdl, but like that's fine. Treads is a great Fizz depth Pokemon, and Jjdl can be either way. That's fine. No, that's fine. I think D-Ray's team. I think this team's fantastic, man. I see no Terra. That's what I'm saying. No Terra Sneasler round 1. I don't understand, but then he gets Thundee T, which is a great Terra Captain. So you can't be mad. You just can't be mad. And next up, we're gonna talk about Vepsis. Super excited to have Vepsis back in the Wi-Fi community. By the way, I severely missed some Vepsis content. So Vepsis' team, he starts with a demonic core of Urshifu, Goldingo, and Azumarill, and then he pairs that with Greninja for the hazard stack with the Goldingo, which is fantastic. And then he gets Thundee Eye, because I guess why not? Why not break the waters too and fill that speed gap? You got 122, I want to say 111, and then 97. I'll be honest, I thought I had the best Pokemon coming out of the first 5 rounds. Vepsis most definitely had the best 5 Pokemon, and then he rounded that out perfectly, man. Damn. Almost perfectly. I see a Cresselia. Donphan, Rapid Spin, Ground type, very good on this team, obviously. Also gives a reliable Rocker, which he did not already have. Dragalge gives him T-Spikes and a decent enough Poison type. It's gonna feel like D-Ray will not be able to compress into 6 mods a week. That might be the only issue, man. That might be the only issue. But Dragalge, really good. Chestnut, I like Chestnut for the spikes. We probably overpriced Chestnut just a little bit, but that's okay. Cresselia's dog ass. I'm not sure why Cresselia was picked, but I guess he just wanted to try it, and it was nerfed this gen. So I guess the only, and then Wigglytuff for like a normal type for solely the Dragapult matchup, I guess. I don't know. Donphan round 6 in this meta. Donphan goes high now, man, and it gets price high because it's like one of the few rapid spinners in the game, and it's one of the most reliable ones. It has stealth rocks. It offers a lot to a team. Yo, thank you so much, Alejandro, for the $5. I really appreciate it. Your high-level gameplay last league blew my mind. Blows my mind you don't have more subs here from the start and for the long run. Pop off, John. Thank you so much, man. It means the world to me. People like you are why I keep doing this. I appreciate you so much, man. Crest is bad. I also think Grin is overrated. So Grin is a little bit overrated, in my opinion, as well, this generation. Just because with the protein nerf, I don't think Battle Bond's very good. 17 points is a little steep. And this is coming, Greninja is one of my favorite Pokemon to use in Draft League. Probably top 5 favorite to use in Draft League. I agree it's a little overpriced, but I don't think it hurt his team any. I think his team is just fine picking Greninja. With Bond, but without Bond, it's just, I think it does have Bond. I think it has Bond here. I'm not entirely sure. I'm still a little foggy on if Battle Bond is allowed or not. I think it's literally up to whether or not Wi-Fi will allow it. But I think other than that, man, he's got like all you could ask for. He has Hazard Stack with Goldingo. He has a good remover in Donphan. I guess the only thing that I would like to see from this team a little bit more is a better Another remover. Another remover is all I could ask for on this team, man. Straight up, I think. Maybe another ghost resist, because you have 2 dark types and neither of them really like ghost. Wigglytuff doesn't really count. Maybe that's my one gripe, actually. We'll say that is the fact that he has ghost resist Wigglytuff, because Greninja and Urshifu aren't really gonna want to be able to switch into those. I think it's very fairy weak. That's true, but also Goldango does not care about a single fairy in the game, except maybe Enamorus. So Enamorus will have a good time against this team, but other than that, dude, I'm telling you guys, Enamorus is the fucking truth. That mon is, we severely underpriced that Pokemon. That mon is the truth, man, straight up. But I think Vepsis' team, I think this might be the best team we've seen so far. I really do. I think this team's like a 9 out of 10, man. I think the only thing is like you don't have a good ghost resist and you are a little weak to Enamorus, I suppose. Other than that, I really do like that team. Battle Bond is a thing. It's been tested and worked. That is good information to know, J. Ricky. Thank you. Thank you. Next team, we're going to talk about the champion from last season. Give him his flowers, J-Bear. We have Torn T, round 1, Iron Bundle, Scizor, Zarude, Enamorus, Therian, Sandy Shocks, Gallade, Blissey, Quillfish, and Miss Magius. His first 4 are fantastic, obviously. Even Enamorus is pretty good at only 10 points. I'm not sure how good Enamorus Therian is, I'll be honest. I've never seen it used, but it's a decent enough fairy, I would say. He got round 3 Scizor, which is fantastic. A great defogger, great priority. Momentum, obviously. He's got good momentum with the first 4, in fact. I don't think Enamorus gets U-turn. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it gets U-turn. Yeah, Enamorus does have a field day with like all of the Gen 9 teams straight up. So Torn-T is awesome. Iron Bundle's awesome. Terra Water, Terra Electric, obviously really good on this Pokemon. Scizor is really good. I mean, what's J-Bear weak to? No grounded poison? Oh, Quillfish, I guess. He has a spin blocker.
Somebody sign me.
Yo, thank you so much, Jordy, for the subscription. I appreciate it, man. Enamorus went round 2. Parachian. Enamorus going round 2 is crazy. We just underpriced it. I think going into the draft, not a lot of people knew anything about Enamorus. I think Iron Bundle going round 2 is crazy too. I do think Tornadus, if not Terra, is not worth the most points. I'm just kind of trying to pick and choose things because J-Bear seems obviously very good. He's got good speed tiers. J-Bear knows what he's doing. Good hazards. Sandy Shocks. Let's see. Sandy Shocks, is that it? Quillfish. Does Blissey keep Stealth Rocks? I'm actually not sure if Blissey kept Stealth Rocks. It doesn't get U-turn. Okay. Terra Iron Bundle is too much personally. That is a good point. I also think Terra Iron Bundle probably should have been banned, but I'm curious to see how J-Bear uses it. Maybe it'll be banned after the season. Who knows? Depending on how J-Bear does with it. So the only big thing to me is a lack of great hazards and great hazard removal, I guess, would be my biggest gripe with your team, J-Bear. You have Scizor, which is fantastic, one of the best defoggers in the game, and then that's it, I think. Because Torn not keeping defog, man, that sucks. That sucks. But Torn-T was supposed to Terra and then nobody wanted Bundle. That's fair. And like, I'm not saying your team's bad because you have Torn-T Iron Bundle. I just don't know if Torn-T's worth the points with no Terra. Same thing as like Skeletor. It's like, it's not worth the points with no Terra. It's still a good Pokemon, obviously. But other than that, Blissey has rocks, but no Wish. Oh, I forgot about that. That mon fucking sucks then. I'll keep it a stack with you guys. But obviously J-Bear seems really good. Probably like an 8, 8.5 out of 10. I don't think it's better than Vepsis' team, but I think it's arguably better than like J. Ricky's team, D-Ray's team. Owen's team sucks, so he's not in the conversation. I think his team's obviously really good. My only gripe is the whole hazard situation, right? And then let's go ahead and scooch on over here and talk about a fan favorite in Delray, also known as D-Double. Chi-Yu, Lando T, Rotom Wash. This trio is horrifying. This trio is absolutely horrifying. Terra, Flying, and Water. I like Water on Lando T. I'm a big Terra, Water, Lando T guy. I think defensive sets are really good on Landorus. And especially since your bulky Water does not have recovery, I like it a whole lot. The team does complement Bundle well. That's a very good point. Chi-Yu, I'm never gonna be big on Chi-Yu as a round 1 Pokemon, but the 15th pick, you can't go wrong with it, man, straight up. Lando T, Rotom Wash, complement it super well. Yeah, like just these 3 Pokemon are awesome. I'm not in love with Florges round 4, but seeing how early, like maybe I've just been shitting on guys getting fairies early, like Dashbun round 6, and the fairies have just been going early consistently. Like Florges round 4 is crazy to me, but here it is, right? Let's see. I have the only Cleric. It's nice in the case that Bundle gets parried, which, I mean, you're Terra Electric too, so you can kind of avoid pairs a little bit, right? Hope he does better than last season. I also hope Dell does better than last season. I wish nothing but the best for Dell. He's got if you guys didn't check out his draft analysis, yeah, I don't know if it's up yet. insane editing, really good video. But Lycanroc is really strong. It gives him a secondary rocker. Azelf's really cool. Salamence, I don't love Salamence no Terra, but we'll see how it does. Copperajah, unfortunately, it blows this generation. I didn't realize it lost Power Whip and Heat Crash and all this stuff. Decidueye is actually a defogger. Fun fact, Hisuian Decidueye is. Komala's a decent remover in 2 points, and the Swallow as a grounded poison is a little tough. I mean, I think you're bringing top 3 Pokemon every week, so it's just a matter of what are the other 3 Pokemon that you're bringing. Like, he has good rocks. He has Azelf, Lycanroc. He has Lando, Copperajah. He has decent enough removal for this generation. I don't think Floor just kept defog. Please tell me if I'm incorrect. If it did, that makes sense, it going round 4. If not, then his defog's Decidueye and his Rapid Spin's Komala, which is fine enough for this generation. Grounded Poison Swalot's not really gonna cut it. Once you Terra your Lando, you are gonna be extremely weak to T-Spikes. And my biggest gripe, I think, with this team, I think Chi-Yu is good under the right team. I don't think this team was built for Chi-Yu, because Chi-Yu is, it looks like it's going to be forced to run Scarf a lot. It looks like the breakers that are faster than Chi-Yu don't break the things that Chi-Yu needs help breaking. Like Azelf and Lycanroc, they're cool, but they're not going to help break, like, Lycanroc's not going to break the grasses, you know what I mean? Like, Lycanroc's not going to switch in and break those grasses, or not grasses, waters. Why did I say grasses? Not going to break those waters that he wants, and then Azelf's not going to break the darks, you know what I mean? So I like the team. I don't think it functions well around Chi-Yu, but we'll see what happens. Good momentum. It's decent. It's decent. 6 out of 10, which is what I gave everybody. Terra Linard T buddies, let's go. That was team last season was like really bad, but this team looks very good. Linard with Rotom Wash is a draft league player's dream. It is. Lots of pivots. It did not. I assume it did not means Floor just kept defog. So Floor just blows, unfortunately. Then I'm a big Floor just guy normally, but it kind of sucks without defog. And then the last team was last season's BBRD League champion. Where are the logos at? Who put the logos on like this? Someone messed with my code. This is unbelievable. Anyway, T-Row, last season's BBRD League champion. We have Garchomp, Meowscarada, Quaquaval, Klefki, Espathra, Rotom Heat, Mesprit, Ursaring, Alolan Muck, Drifloon, and Cloth. It's worth noting as well, he did not draft his team. His friend Darkrai drafted his team. Shout out to Darkrai. Garchomp, Meowscarada, Quaquaval, and Klefki is a very good start to the team. And Terra Espathra is obviously pretty good. It's a little underwhelming in draft, but it is still a pretty good Pokemon. I'm curious. Let's see, how many rockers do we have? We have Garchomp, Mesprit, we're fine. Spikers, we have 3. Hazards are fantastic on this team. Removal is a little lackluster, though. It's just Quaquaval. And speaking from experience, you don't want Quaquaval to be your rapid spitter, man. It's just not going to be able to bring it a lot of time. So you're gonna have to out hazard stack teams, which it looks like you're going to be able to do pretty consistently with this team. And Espathra, I think, is really good on a hazard stack team. I like Espathra plus Meowscarada a whole lot, which Joey also had last season. I almost said generation. This also has a lot of good momentum. Meowscarada, Quaquaval, and Mesprit, Rotom Heat into things like Garchomp and Espathra. The team functions well. Obviously, it's missing a few things, like specifically removal. Does it have a steel type? It does. Klefki, Fairy, Klefki. You promised, champ. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, thank you. That was WPF. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, by the way. That video is popping off. I appreciate you guys. I'll be 45 back. Excited for the stream. That's fine, man. John Jr.'s favorite duck. Yeah, we're seeing the Quaquaval, guys. Everybody knows how much I love Quaquaval. So the team's good, man. It has just the rapid spin hole. I think we have a ground poison. We have a ground type, right? Where's the ground type? Garchomp. Good breakers. Garchomp, Quaquaval, Meowscarada, kind of. Good wind cons. Espathra, Garchomp, Quaquaval. Like, the team's really good. It's one of the better teams we've seen. 7.5 out of 10. And now, boys, what's your top 3 teams right now? Boys, speaking of top 3 teams right now, we're going to go ahead and go make a tier list of these teams. And I'm going to let you guys know what I think of these teams. Let's see. Tier maker. Is this viewable? Let's see. Template name, BBR. Make your own template. Let's see what we got here. Select template cover photo. Upload a set of images. All right, give me 1 second, guys. We're going to get this going. And we're going to rank all the teams. I have so many folders, man. So many folders. Let's see. Roaring Moon, Carolina. I might have to save a lot of these logos real quick, guys. So you know what? Let me do that. My girlfriend was trying to call me and I didn't see it. Let me save these logos real quick and I'll let you guys know. Let's see. Jjdl. Let's see. I was very ill prepared for this. Logos. Is there like a pack that we have? So New York Neubats, Immunity Idols. I think I have Dells, but just in case I don't have Dells, we'll just grab all of them. Which one did, let's see, 4, 5. I made Amels. 6, 7. I made T-Rose. All right. Arby's ad. Pokemon over girlfriend. So true, guys. So true. And let's see. John Jr. graphics. Logos not made by me. Save. Am I gonna have to go to that file path every single time? No, I'm not. Okay, save image as. We'll get there eventually, guys. I'm a professional streamer. I know what I'm doing. Coilers. Straight up. Immunity Idols. Mount. I might already have this one. No, I don't. Okay, let's start putting shit in here. So while we're waiting, I want to know what everybody else's favorite team is. What do you guys think the best teams in the BBR is? Obviously, mine's number 1. I think there's no disputing that. But other than that, what do you guys think? Flygon, Olympia. There we go. New York Marauders and Neubats. Wait. Select all of your files at once? Oh, you've got to be fucking me. You've got to be fucking me. All right, boys, here's what we're going to do instead. Everybody shout out images that you think of whenever you think of everybody's team. And we're just going to save a big folder for these guys. We're going to make a big folder and everybody's going to have a funny picture. Okay? Everybody ready? So the first team is J Ricky. Everybody shout out something. What do we think of when we think of J Ricky? I'm gonna go ahead and grab like a Salamence for Owen. Okay, this is Owen. Save image as BBR. Owen. Oh, I have to convert. I hate this. Downloads BBR. Oh, wait. Okay, Rick and Morty's Rick. Fair enough. That's the first one I saw from SJ. Shout out SJ. Rick. I'm looking up Rick. We'll see what we got. This is J Ricky. Dude, why does it convert and save as? There we go, J Ricky. Oh, Pickle Rick was a good one. Is it worth the time? No, no time. Slocking, obviously, for Dr. Slocking. What's going on with Google, man? What are we doing? What are we doing? What's happening? Why is this not loading? Hello? Am I still streaming? Yeah, what's going on, man? Okay, this also isn't gonna do because I guess my Wi-Fi is fucking up. I don't know. So instead, attempt number 3, we're gonna take a Pokemon, and everybody's gonna be a fucking Pokemon, I guess. A home sprite, and everybody's gonna be a fucking home sprite. BBR, all right? Here's what we're working with, I guess. Slocking. What number? So Donphan is Kyle A. All right, here we go. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Donphan is Kyle A, right? Let's see what else we got. So Slocking is Dr. Slocking. Okay, here we go. Everybody's just gonna get their mascot pretty much. Heracross is J Ricky. I swear I'm professional. J Ricky. Heracross. Cool slow start. This is the most scuffed stream I've seen. Listen, man, I was ill prepared. I went to the gym before this. I had the BBR match before that. It's been a long day. Heracross, here we go, boys. Salamence for Owen. Salamence. Owen should be licky, not mince. It's too late, man. I already grabbed Salamence. No, get my roll. Get my roll, I promise. Noibat for Nate. I'm trying my best, guys. Everybody, please tell me I'm doing a good job. I'm trying so hard. Noibat. Ah! There we go. I love giving John money. Thank you, Trey. I need it right now. I need all the support I can get right now, man. We dropped off like 7 viewers from that. Thank you. Immunity Idols. What's he got in his logo? He's gonna get Zoroark. Unless I have Regieleki. Do I have Regie? Oh, he's gonna get Regieleki. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're doing terrible? Chrisley, what's going on? You're doing a bad job? I'm trying my best, man. Marowak. Listen, guys, I was just ill prepared for this. I was not ready for this. Marowak, perfect. Marowak, here we go. We're making progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hydreigon for Vepsis. I'm not even looking at the chat anymore, guys. I'm getting this shit done right now. Vepsis. Ice Cube for Amo. It's business now. YouTube doesn't allow you to give you money or allow you to give me money. Wow, I hate YouTube. Why are people throwing money at you? Because I'm a very professional streamer. I do this for a living and I make money off of it. Ice Cube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Welcome to Can You Count with John, featuring me. Primeape for D-Ray, I guess. Tin. Flygon for Keegan. Let's see. Flygon. I don't know why I said Flygon really slow, like it was not numbered and it was alphabetical. J-Bear, what do I think of when I think of J-Bear? Baxcalibur right now. What else does he have? Delibird. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I gotta start fucking up on my streams. Look at like the Primeape today. What does that mean? 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 Oh, dude, my window. Hello? Why my shit crash? My webcam crashed too. Well, I don't have Cyclizar downloaded. Why did my webcam crash? Hold on. I don't 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, let's get this sorted and then we'll figure out the webcam situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Del is Zygarde. Oh great, now my window's crashed. What's going on, guys? Okay, there we go. Wait, is my webcam back? Oh, my webcam's back. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2 more, just 2 more. One for J-Bear, I think, and then Cobalion for T-Row. I hope I pay Kurt to make an edit out of this. I'm paying Kurt, by the way, to make some edits out of my stream VODs. And I really hope I pay Kurt to edit this stream VOD, because that would be golden. Cobalion for T-Row. J-Bear, shout out a Pokemon and you get it, guaranteed. Ah. Editing quality is better than the new Thor movie. I'm not editing. This is live. All right, J-Bear is gonna be Munchlax because I said so. All right. Yo, thank you so much, BCap, for subscribing. I'm not sure why you did. but I really appreciate it. All right, tier maker. What are we doing? What are we doing? Here we go. Tier maker. We're so close. We're so close. We're so close. Ducklet. Oh, Ducklet was a good one. I should have made him Ducklet. My Wi-Fi is just shitting itself right now. What's going on? Tiermaker.com. Okay, it's just Google maybe? Make your own template. Okay, here we go, boys. Hick does want to sign me for 100 million. We're losing all of the viewers. All right, boys, tell you what. Here we go, since my computer's just shitting itself. Here we go, the official tier list right now. 1 through 16. I guess. Kurt, if you're editing this, please make me look good in post. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, number 1 is me. I'm the best in the world. Number 2, let's see what teams we got. So my favorite teams were J-Bears. Veps is number 2. Veps is number 2 for sure, not Verpses. You know what? It's Verpses now. Number 3 is probably J Ricky or D Ray. I think I'm gonna put J Ricky 2, D Ray 3. J Ricky, and then of course Daniel 3. Listen, guys, I'm trying. Okay, and then probably. And then probably here, I'd probably put Jack into T-Row, is what I'm thinking. Jack, T-Row. Owen is 16, I assume hard stuck. Good point, good call out. Owen is gonna be last. Good call out. I think right above Owen, I think, let's see, what was the teams I didn't like? I didn't love Droobies or Kylie's. I think these were the 2 teams I gave the lowest rating. I think we're gonna go Kyle into Droopy right here. And then I think we're gonna put Dr. Slacking after them. I might like Drew's team better than Dr. Slacking's. I don't know. We're gonna leave it like this for now. 7, I do think Keegan's is pretty good. And I also think Amos's is pretty good. Oh wait, J-Bears. I didn't rate J-Bear. J-Bears is better than Jack's. Jack, T-Row, J-Bear. 8 is gonna be Keegan. 9 is gonna actually I like Amos's team better than Keegan's a little bit. No, I don't. Yes, I do. They're tied for 8th. And then we have 3 teams left with 3 teams. We have Mountay, Nate, Nate, and Dell. I think out of those 3 teams I just said, I like Dell's team the best, and then Nate, and then Mountay. Here are the official team ratings, guys. Here we go. Jom, Verpsis, J Ricky, D Ray, J Bear, Jack, T-Row, Keegan, Amol, Dell, Nate, Mountay, Dr. Slacking, Drew, Kyle, and Owen. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the stream so far. I'm trying so hard. I gave like all my reasons for these teams. If you guys are watching this in a video format, if I did pay Kurt to edit this, be sure to go back, or maybe Kurt edited it. Well, I don't know. That's gonna be the BBR rankings, guys. We're gonna go to the JJDL transactions now. So shout out if you guys were here for just the BBR stuff. I really appreciate it. This, I know it kind of went to shit whenever I try to go to tier maker. I think it's because I'm streaming at like the highest quality bitrate that my Wi-Fi will allow. So I literally cannot go to web services right now, unless by a direct link, I suppose. I don't know. Shit's whack. Thank you guys for watching the BBR portion if you were here for that. We're gonna move on to the JJDL section, and we're gonna be talking about all of the transactions that we saw. Let me pull up these docs real quick, if it'll allow us. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it must. I can access things directly, but I can't access them indirectly. Good luck to Kurt editing this. Good luck to Kurt, for real. Good luck to Kurt, for real. We have 24 viewers and 24 likes, by the way, guys. I don't know where I was going with that. Thank you, I guess. That's awesome. So let's go ahead and let's start with Articuno. because Articuno was the first one here. And we're just going to throw Discord up on screen, straight up. We're just going to throw Discord up on screen. And oh, this works out perfect. We're just going to see exactly what drops happen, because as soon as we ended stream last week, as soon as we stopped streaming, me and Star stopped streaming our power rankings, everybody went and made a bunch of transactions. So we're going to start here. We're going to start here. And who is this? D. Oh wait, no, never mind. Dropping Ursaring for Colossal effective week 2. So let's take a look at how that affects Bleedle's team. Bleedle's team's right here, perfect. So Ursaring for Colossal week 2, that does give them a Rapid Spinner, a Fairy Resist. That gives them a lot of things. Spikes, Stealth Rocks. I like it a lot. This is a good transaction. I think this really helps your team moving forward. Are you weak to Ghost with dropping Ursaring? Yes, but I think Colossal gives you more than what Ursaring does. I really do. I like it. I think this is a good transaction. It gets a thumbs up from me. That's a good one. Hold on. I got a DM. I got to check real quick. Okay. So next up, we are going to see Trey. Oh boy. Drops Breloom for Wo-Chien. Okay. So let me see this. Drops Breloom for Wo-Chien. Bisharp for Magneton, Regidrago for Gallade, and Jolteon for Barraskewda. So let's see how that affects Trey's team here. Let's see, where is your team at, Trey? Right here, more Grims. So you drop Breloom for Wo-Chien. Oh, is it already updated? It's already updated. Shout out. So I guess you finished your game on time. Thank you. Why does Bleedle lose to the move Earthquake? I see your point, and I raise you 1 Kilowattrel that is running Fizz Dash. Moving on, Trey's team. So he moved. He had Breloom. Trey, I'm gonna move your shit back just for a second, man. Also, we forgot to update this. That is 4 transactions. I'm gonna move your shit back just for a second, just so I can see it and talk about it. Bisharp. Regidrago for Gallade, and then Jolteon for Barraskewda. So I'm moving this back just so I can talk about it for a second. So you're in 3 leagues at the same time. Yes, 2 Wi-Fi, 1 Showdown, and the Showdown one is my league. So what was my problems with your team originally? It looks like you actually lose to any fairy type that decides to show its face. Did your transactions help that? No. You got Magneton. Barraskewda. What's Barraskewda for? Speed tier? Yes, I guess so. So I'll move it back real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, there we go. So I don't think these trades have a negative impact on your team by any means, but I don't necessarily see how they help. What's the thought process, Trey? I gotta know. If you're still here, I gotta know. It gets this from me because I don't think it necessarily benefits your team directly, but I also don't think it hurts your team at all. Actually, you got a Ghost Resist in Wo-Chien, which is really good. So actually, a thumbs up for at least the Wo-Chien one, because Bisharp was not a great Ghost Resist. And then Regidrago being dropped wasn't necessarily needed on your team, I guess. So Gallade is cool offensively. It gets a this from me. I don't think your team's any better. I don't think your team's any worse. Okay, next up. Big drop Dunsparce for Farigiraf. I'm a big fan of this. We already see this. I'm going to go ahead and keep going through these, dropping the transactions as these happen. This hasn't been updated yet. Has Bleedle played their game yet? Schedule. Bleedle has played their games, so I'm going to go ahead and change this to whatever it was that they had. Colossal. And we're going to go ahead and give them this. And I'm going to add a check mark to know that I went over this. Check mark. And Dunsparce for Farigiraf. So I'm a big fan of Farigiraf. I think Farigiraf is a Pokemon that is severely underexplored in the Draft League format. It does a lot of things. It has a wish. It has really good wishes. Decent physical and special bulk. It has ways to set up. It has Trick Room. Decent abilities. I think it's a really good Pokemon, and I'm very excited to see how it functions on your team. It's a good normal type. Like, you can't go wrong dropping Dunsparce for a Giraffe. I think that is just an absolute win. I don't think there's any downside to that, except for the fact that you lost a Rocker, which you already have 2 reliable Rockers and a camera up. So thumbs up for me. That's a good one. That's a good transaction for sure. Let's see. A Mountain took Star's advice. I will have you guys know it's not a good thing. Star does not know what he's talking about. So dropping G Articuno and Thwackey for Vaporeon. Isn't that the exact trade that he said if you made your team would be top tier? 4, because we go by pickups. I think that's the exact trade that he said would make your team top tier. Your team's great now. You just didn't need Thwackey and you didn't need Galarian Articuno. Your team's great now. That is 2 thumbs up for me, in fact. This is a really good trade. I really, really like this. I think your team's just so much better. You have a water resist now that's not walking Wake, which is awesome. I think there's almost no downsides to this trade. There's no downsides. There are no downsides. That's a good trade. That's a good trade. Hold on. Another... Okay. So that's a good one. So maybe listening to Star worked in this instance. Dropping Mew and Florigato for Zapdos, Galar, and switching Arcanine, Hisuian, Terra to normal and water. So again, another person listening to Star, ain't that some shit? Mew and Florigato for Zapdos G. I assume this is Lemonade. Yes. So I mean, yeah, I didn't like, this was a team that I did not like Mew on, I think, right? This was the team that I was like, I don't like Mew. I like the switch of Terra Normal. And Florigato wasn't needed. That's a good trade. That's a thumbs up from me. That is a good trade. Sandan, the big transaction list here. Did he use all 5? Dark and Fire to Dark. No, he used 4. He used 4 transactions here. So this might be the most transactions we've seen used so far. Isn't it 3 transactions, not 4? No, because we go based on the Pokemon picked up, and they only picked up... Oh, wait, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right, because they changed their Terra. You're right. You're just right. I'm sorry for even thinking about correcting you, Clyde. I apologize. And this one's going to have 1 transaction left. So we see Roaring Moon turns into the Fairy type. Like I said before, that was the transaction that I really desperately think they needed. On top of that, they also picked up a Gardevoir, which is a Fairy type, which they did not have. Bronzong, a real Steel type, and now they don't have... Was this the team with 3 poisons? Or no? No, it wasn't, I don't think. No, I like Bronzong a lot. An actual Steel type, fantastic. And then Florges for Tauros, Paldea, Blaze. I think these are all great transactions. I think they do a lot for your team. I still don't like Hisuian Typhlosion, but I think your team got infinitely better from these transactions. That is a good trade. And you changed Roaring Moon to Dark and Fairy. It's just, there's no downsides. It's a great trade. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a check mark. Well, they had Florges before. Yeah, but Florges is not good. I don't really like Florges a whole lot. I think this was this not the team that I said needed Roaring Moon as a Fairy type? There's a team I said that for. This might not be that one. Moving on. Let's see. Dropping Lucario for Crocodile. Let's see, Crook. So that used up a transaction. I like this. I think Lucario was filling up a slot for no reason. I don't think Lucario had any purpose to be on the team. The only thing with your team now is, unfortunately, you do lack a Steel. Lucario, do not go back to Lucario. Lucario did not count as a Steel. I do think you still need a Steel, but I think Crocodile is cool. I think it gives you a ground type that you did not... Like, you have Lando, but... Lando's not a reliable defensive ground type, gives you a good defensive ground type. I think this is a good transaction. This is a win for sure. And you have a dark type now, which you didn't before. So this is a good trade for sure. This is definitely a good trade. Just check mark that bad boy. This is also a way for me to update the dock. Changing King Gambit, Terra, Dark Flying to Fairy Flying. So Bleedle actually has 3 transactions left. Check mark. Midcario fell off. Yeah, Midcario. Unreal. What was it before? Dark Flying? I mean, I'm still lost on King Gambit Terra types. I don't know how to grade it. I think it's good because you don't have your Fairy's Dash one before. So actually, I do like that. I think it's pretty good. There are no good Steels. That is true. Wait, are there 2 Colossals? Does Jjdl drop Colossal later? Or why are there... Oh. Okay, wait. Hold on. So Jjdl kept Ursa Ring. Okay. Ursa Ring. And then dropped Hariyama and Mellow Water from Mew and Heracross. Okay. So instead you used 4 transactions because you also changed... No. You have 2 left. You have 2 left. Lucario only with Terra. I'm considering dropping Terra Fire for Terra Fairy Volcarona. Let's see. Are you an Articuno? Let me see. Clydes. Clydes. You know what? We'll get to it when we get to it. I'll talk about it whenever we get there. But so, what was dropped? Check mark. Hariyama and Mellow Water from Mew and Heracross. Yeah, I like that trade. That's overall a good trade. Heracross is a better breaker. Mew has more hazards. Like that was overall a good trade for the team. Hey Aurora, what's going on? And then dropping Arcanine and Cyclizar for Colossal and Florges. So let's see. I mean, Colossal gives spin, but you also dropped a spinner. It does give you a rocker, which did you have already? You picked it up with Crocodile. I don't know if I like this trade, to be honest. I think Arcanine and Cyclizar honestly did more for your team. And you already had a fairy. I don't know if I love this trade. I think your team might actually be a little worse from this. You dropped Thwackey, right? You don't got Thwackey no more? Or somebody doesn't have Thwackey. Where is Thwackey? Who dropped Thwackey? Oh, this guy dropped Thwackey, so you pick it up here in a second. Okay. Check mark. I don't know if I like this trade. I do think this trade makes your team a little bit worse. You also lose the speed tier of Cyclizar, which I think was an elite speed tier that's hard to come by. I don't know if I love this trade. Hello, Chris. You're a weird guy, man. And then Zach drops Salazzle and Goodra. Oh, wait, that does 2 more trades for you. Drop Salazzle and Goodra. Oh, and they pick up Arcanine and Cyclizar. Okay. Arcanine and Cyclizar. So that used 2 trades. That made Zach's team better. For sure. No doubt about it. It gave him an elite speed tier, gave him a spinner, gave him a good defensive backbone. Zach's team might be one of the best teams in the league now. I won't lie, guys. Zach's team is actually really crazy. That is really, really nice. I like that trade a lot for Zach. Changing Slitherwing from Terra Bug Flying to Terra Steel Flying. Slitherwing. So that's used up. Gotta remove that. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. That gives you a fairy resist. There's no downsides about that, I feel like. I like that. That is a good trade. So many trades at Articuno. So many trades at Articuno, right? I don't think we had this many trades. Pincurchin goes out and Mousehold comes into the team. So I know this is one of the teams that I was a little bit more critical on. I don't know if the answer was Mousehold. I don't think the answer was Mousehold. I don't think Mousehold does really anything for this team, to be completely honest with you. Pincurchin's not good, but I don't think it was like the problem with this team. This team just needs to pick up like the best Pokemon available. Just straight up. Which is not very good, all things considered, I guess. I mean, that trade doesn't make their team worse, but it doesn't make it any better, I think. Zach becomes kind of fighting weak, but it isn't too bad. That's true, but also Salazzle was not a fighting resist at first anyway. And then dropping Rotom for Thwackey, so that uses up 1 more transaction, so you have 1 transaction left. I mean, Rotom was a double ghost. I guess you didn't really need it, and Thwackey breaks water, so it is what it is. It's not going to be game-changing dropping a Rotom for a Thwackey, but that is all of Zapdos, or all of Articuno division. I think the winners of this division were Mountain Man. His team's insane now, and I think Zach's team is still crazy. He's very fighting weak, actually, now that you mention it. Thundee's kind of his only resist, but that is the one downfall of his team from what I can see. Because he has 2 removers, he has great rockers, great pivots, good ghost resist, no grounded poison anymore actually with no Salazzle, so he might need to do something to patch that up, maybe drop Spidops for Swallout or something. But Zach's team is crazy, for sure. And then we're going to go ahead and go into Zapdos and see what we have here. And SJ, already fantastic mod, best mod. Updated all of these. It looks like the transaction numbers as well. So, best mod SJ. We're going to see what we have here. Use a transaction to drop Umbreon and Mimikyu and add Iron Jugu. Let's see. Jugu. So what do they have? They dropped Umbreon and Mimikyu. Spinops is not a fighting resist. That does not count. Dropped Umbreon and Mimikyu. Umbreon was ass. Mimikyu's not very good. Got Jugu. Mimikyu had no purpose on this team. Actually, genuinely no purpose. This is an absolute W. What a trade. That is a fantastic trade. I cannot believe Jugu was still there. 2 flying types. That's not the biggest deal in the world. Gives you a dark type. That's not Umbreon. This is an absolute win. I think we also underpriced Iron Jugu. That is a win. What a good trade from our boy Caffeinated Hard. Dropping Basculegion and Pelipper and pick up Mimikyu and Mesprit. So let's go check on that. What we have over here. So we do not have the Rain team anymore. They got rid of the Rain team. They committed to the Sun team. I'm here for it, man. I think it's a little weird with Mimikyu and Mesprit. I think Mimikyu's not needed on this team. But hey, you got rid of the Rain. You didn't need the Rain. So it is what it is. Congratulations. What actually is still even left that would function on this team? Oh, dude. Haxorus. No, you have Walking Wake. I mean, Haxorus would still be fine on this team. Heracross? No, you have Slitherwing. That literally has no purpose. Dude, this is so tough because there's so few good high tier Pokemon. Like, I don't think Mimikyu fits, but I'm not sure what I could tell you fits in place of it. I mean, you drop the Rain, it is what it is. It's a good trade because now you're committed to the Sun, right? Let's see. Dropping Staraptor for Basculegion. He says he's collecting ghost types. Denali. How many ghost types do we have, man? Wait. Oh, is there another Basculegion? There is. We, I guess, divided them up. Why do we have 3 ghost types? What? Is this to have a bulky water? Staraptor for... I mean, Staraptor didn't do jack shit for your team. I'll keep it a stack with you. Is this so you have some sort of a bulky water? Basculegion... No, you have a Lomalola. Why are we doing this? Staraptor was not good. I don't know how much better Basculegion is. This is one of those mid trades that I think is fine. I don't know how much better it makes your team, though. If you're more comfortable with it, then so be it, though. If you are more comfortable with it, then so be it. So, dropping Hippowdon and picking up Pelipper for Apple. Is this to run Thunder on Regieleki? This is interesting. I actually don't dislike Rain with this team. I think this is if there's a team to run Rain, I mean, maybe it's not this one, but I don't think Rain hurts this team by any means. And it gives you another Defogger, I believe, some momentum. It gives you an actual bulky water besides Gyarados. I think this is a decent trade. It helps you out a little bit. And then dropping Hisuian Braviary for Diancie. That doesn't have a check mark, so I'm going to assume that wasn't updated. Pikatrod. Has he played yet? Let's see. It looks like all of week 1 has been played, so I will go ahead and update that to Diancie. How is Diancie a free agent, man? So many dudes ain't got fairies, and we're just sitting out here with Diancie in free agency? I mean, Diancie... I mean, Braviary wasn't needed on this team by any means, so Diancie's a good Pokemon, a good usable Pokemon. No electric immunity for Apple, though, now. That is very true. That is a good point. That is very true. We do lack a ground type. Ground types are necessary in draft. Also, yes, 4 flying types. I didn't realize that. Okay, maybe that wasn't a good trade. Maybe I take that back. I'm sorry for lying to you guys. Diancie on this team, I don't think it's a bad trade. Because I don't think you need Hisuian Braviary for literally anything. I don't think Diancie's necessarily great on this team, but I think it's a functioning Pokemon. Still a Blissey to catch most electric moves with blocking Volt Switches is nice, 100%. The only way to get a good steal is to maybe drop Terra Fire for Terra Steel on Lanad. Definitely thinking about that. I mean, that's an option. You could also wait to see if anybody drops these Steel types, because that is definitely a possibility as well. I don't know if I love Steel on Landorus, because then the whole point of a Steel type is that it's your defensive backbone to your team usually. Like, it's super important, switches into fairies and stuff, and Landorus, you don't really want to pivot it in on things like that. So I don't know how much I like that. But that looks like Zapdos division. So we are done with Zapdos division. Got some interesting trades there. And then lastly, Moltres division, which looks like they also have a decent amount of transactions. So we'll go ahead and take a look here, and I'll update them. Have all matches been played for this as well? Come on, Moltres. Oh my goodness. Articuno and Zapdos both got all their games done, and then Moltres is over here, the problem child. Not done with their games yet. So we'll go ahead and think or see what transactions we see. I will John point out that Crest is a bit redundant in my team. I will drop it and Frostmoth and pick up Tornadus. I like that. I think that's good. Let's see. Tornadus. Press. So have you played your game yet, Aurora? Let's see. What's your team name? The Santorini Camerups. Have you played your game yet? You have, so I will go ahead and update this for you. 3 transactions yet. Goodbye, Frostmoth and Cresselia. Hello, Tornadus. Wow, what a transaction. That makes your team really good. I'm a big Frostmoth fan, but I do think Cresselia was pretty useless on your team. The only benefit that you really got from it was Levitate, and now Tornadus is a flying type. So you're looking good. I'm liking that trade. That's a good trade. We'll go ahead and do a little check mark there. The last match for Moltres was played during stream. Oh, so is it just not Doc's not updated then? Please move that mouse hold up on the rosters. Where is it? Let's see. Where did it go? I know I saw it as well. No, I'm gonna leave it now. I'm gonna leave it. I love that. It is very visually unappealing, but it is also very funny. Dropping Mesprit for Pyroar. Mesprit and Pyroar for Talonflame and Sandaconda. Now this is a trade that I'm talking about. Has this been updated yet? Let's see. Mesprit and Pyroar. Let's see if you've played yet. Vegas Golden Glades. You have, so we'll go ahead and update it. Pyroar and Mesprit for Talonflame and Sandaconda. So I'm a big Sandaconda guy. I think Sandaconda is fine as a ground type. It can come to enough games, but you already have Landorus anyway, so you did not really need a ground type necessarily. Talonflame is just a good Pokemon. It gives you access to Defog, which is huge. It gives you momentum, another way to break grasses, which your team struggles with, and Pyro is not very good at doing that. So this is not a bad trade. I do think Sandaconda is a little bit redundant, but maybe you just needed another 5-point rocker, and that's what was up. So I don't think this is a bad trade. I think it's pretty good. I'm leaning more towards on the good side, so we'll say that's a good trade, and we'll check that bad boy off. Dropping Tinkertuff for Clawitzer. Crab, what are we doing, man? Crab, what are we doing? Have you played yet? Relors. You have. So, Clawitzer. This is not what I was talking about when I said let's grab a bulkier water. Toxapex is not very good, I know, but Clawitzer is worse. This is not what I meant. Clawitzer does not count as a bulky water, guys. I don't know. You're not bringing Tinkertuff anyway. And Tinkertuff was redundant on the team regardless. So is Clawitzer. It's just extra points. It doesn't matter. The Clawitzer blows. Sand takes pressure off of Lando to not Terra. That's fair. That is fair. I mean, I don't hate this trade. I don't love this trade. You're dropping junk for junk, right? Dropping Clodsire and picking up Gyarados. Oh, what an interesting trade. I got to see how this functions on your team. No more Clodsire and instead Gyarados. So this was the team that had 3 poisons. Okay, so you're making a move. Clodsire was redundant on your team. You're making a move to get a higher point Pokemon. Gyarados. I don't know if I like Gyarados on your team any more than I like Clodsire, to be honest. Gyarados is also very redundant. It gives you offense, at least. But Gyarados is not very great. Do you have a ground type? Yeah. Dark type? I mean, there's not very many other options. Both are redundant. I might have preferred the support of Clodsire to Gyarados, but it gives you a ground immunity, which is nice. I mean, you had 3 poisons, right? Crab did more trades later on. Okay. Good luck, SJ. Hopefully you win. I don't know. I feel like Gyarados is still pretty redundant on this team. Oh, I also didn't even check if you played your game yet. Detroit. Oh, you had not. You had not played your game yet, so I'm going to change this back for the time being, just so the person does not get confused. So Pep drops Toxicroak. No further elaboration. No further elaboration. What an absolute Chad move. What an absolute Chad move. Oh, Crab. Oh, what a good move by Crab. Clawitzer sucked. Why do we have a Frostmoth and only 3 points? Oh, and what's going on? Or 4 points. What's going on? Good move. I'll drop the replay after the game is done. Sounds good, SJ. I appreciate it. So we also, I forgot to change his to 3 transactions. Mr. Mac played already? Okay, I will go ahead and update it then. I haven't updated the doc. My fault. Gyarados. 4. Check mark. Tinkertuff for Claw. It's a 3. I forgot to change the transaction number. Where's the Tornadus one? Did you use another transaction? 4. Okay. So Pep, an absolute Chad, dropped Toxicroak for no other reason than the fact that they got tired of looking at his ugly mug. That's fair. Frostmoth is a usable Pokemon. I think we underpriced it. 4 points is not that much for a Pokemon that you're actually going to bring to a couple of matchups and has some good split def. I like this transaction. Clawitzer was trash. This is treasure. Good, great transaction, in fact. You know what? In fact, we're going to react with a Lenard because I like this transaction so much. What a transaction. Trading Torn and Noivern. Okay, so there were some more trades going on here. Crab will drop Ditto and pick up Spidops. Okay. And then trade Noivern for Tornai. I think this is a win for both sides. This helps fill an awkward speed tier here. I guess not. Greninja has the same speed tier, but it does help. I mean, Torn wasn't doing anything different for you, right? I don't know. Torn filled an awkward speed tier in 111 here. I actually don't know if I like this for you, Aurora. I think I might have liked Tornadus better on your team. I'm curious to see what you say, though, because I know you're here. I'm curious to see what you say as to why you preferred Noivern.
Somebody sign me!
Yo, thank you so much, Brandon, for the subscription. I really appreciate it. But I love Torn on Crab's team. I think Torn's really cool on Crab's team. It is a little bit redundant with the Moltres, but you already were redundant with the Noivern, who is double redundant. Noivern was not needed. I'm here for Tornadus. I like Tornadus a lot. That's a good transaction, I think. I think it's a good transaction. So check mark that bad boy. And we'll check mark that bad boy. And you'll drop Tatsugiri for Abomasnow. I'm trying to see where... I'm also curious what the Abomasnow pickup is for, because I don't see any sweepers, anything that can really abuse that. Abomasnow's not a bad Pokemon, don't get me wrong. I just like Tatsugiri's Rapid Spin on your team, because now you actually don't have a remover. Noivern Defog. You have one remover, Noivern Defog. It gives you Defog. Okay, well that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense then. I don't hate the trade for you then, now that I see Abomasnow. Every match I thought Tatsugiri might come was not coming, so that's intelligent then. Looking forward to see what matchups you might bring Tatsugiri and you might not. And Noivern is an actual viable defogger. Okay, well then I don't dislike the trade. I think it's a decent trade. That was... Did I change your... No. You have 3 left. Okay, and that looks like all the transactions. So I think we had some cool transactions. There were a lot of trades made, especially after Sunday, after me and Star made our stream. There are also not a lot of transactions made because there's not that many Pokemon left in each pool, obviously. So there's still some room to grow for every team, but I think that is what it is. Yeah, man, I think that's going to be it for the stream. My throat is starting to hurt. I've talked for an hour and a half. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I know it was a little scuffed at the end of that BBR portion, but I had a good time and I really enjoyed streaming for all of you guys. So hopefully, if I make her edit this video, it'll turn out to be a good video. But thank you guys so much for watching and tuning into this stream. I will be streaming again on Monday. I will be streaming the watch along for the Jjdl game. So I hope you guys show out and you come through and you watch that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And for now, guys, this has been John Jr.